Let's see. That's home. And what I would ask you to do as we come together, maybe allow yourself to go through that window for a moment. It's our galaxy. And this is where we live. So, good morning to you all. It's good to be here with you. We have all these little pods. I'm used to a circle, so I'm going to make you into a circle in my mind and reach into each one of your pods. We're here today. Each one of us have come here by no accident. Something special is happening in our world. And today is a part of that journey. We're touching each other. We humans are amazing beings. And we're here today to have a dialogue, which means more than one input. It means much input coming in, much diversity. To look into the words evocative leadership. And Nick asked me for a title to what I was going to say, and the title I said would be, Where Does Leadership Need to Lead Us? So I'm going to be here for a few minutes, and many others wonderful people are going to drop more thoughts into this pool, and we're all going to work these thoughts and play with them together with the diversity that we are. But we're going to build a fire here, a bright fire to light us up, to illuminate us somewhat. And so my function in these few minutes here, 3 of them have already gone, is to put some logs on this fire so it burns bright. And I'm going to lay out 4 aspects of what's happening for us now in this home we live in. So I want to put up something here. Just looking at the plane of our universe and impose upon it is another plane which is out of scale. It'd be very tiny actually, but the plane of our solar system as it moves in its own cycle out on the edge of this galaxy that we're a part of. And an understanding we need to have is a vast cycle is ending now, and a new cycle is beginning. And this part of an understanding has been in many different places in our world, but part of this understanding comes from a tradition that as part Native American I carry. It has its origin in the Mayan and pre-Mayan peoples, but it's spread out through many of the tribal cultures. And that is this image of a change taking place over a long period of time. With the Mayan and pre-Mayan, what I've put up here is after thousands of years of observation and passing on and reflecting on the nature of the universe, these people came to an understanding that these great cycles are part of the nature that we live in. And part of the pattern is a cycle in which the center of our solar system comes into alignment with the center of the universe, the one song we live in. And when this alignment takes place, a change occurs. And so it takes 26,000 years for this cycle to be halfway around, where it meets the center of the solar system, meets the center of the universe. And another 26,000 years to complete the cycle. And again, the centers coincide. When they coincide, there is a time then of change. Not change caused by us humans, but change in the nature of the energies of the life-giving force called light that impacts and influences and informs all manifestation, and such it is of the Mother Earth that we live on is informed this way, and each one of us is informed. So there is this change. And the second aspect that I'd like to lay on the fire is this change is part of the nature of the universe. It's in a process of evolving. The universe has not completed itself. It is constantly unfolding itself. And this unfolding has a pattern of sequence that is part of the rhythms that reflect in the cycles in the Mother Earth and in us. And this process of evolution is in this time is calling for a greater input of information, of an increasing velocity of information from the light energy of the universe. And the fourth part is this increasing velocity of information is having an effect on the world we live in. And this cycle that I spoke of, this 26,000-year cycle, will, according to the Mayan tradition, end in December of 2012. So we're in a time of change, and part of that change is calling us to a different consciousness than we normally have experienced over these last 1,000 years. The universe is calling us to come to a realization of who we humans are. We are a reflection of the universe. We are an expression of the powers of the universe. And as we come to this realization of who we are, our consciousness will change. This is nothing new. The messages have been coming in many different forms and lands all across this earth of those we speak of as great teachers. What are the words and the meaning of the words of the Tao, of the Buddha, of the Christ, of Hiawatha, and other great illuminated understandings of human consciousness? The message has been coming to us a long time. So our time of change of consciousness is called upon us, a higher consciousness. And in an old way, this is reflected in 4 masteries. I'm just going to say these. I don't have the time to open them up much for you right now. But these capabilities we humans have are a mastery of awareness, an awareness of the very spirit, light energy that we are, tremendous power of humans, a mastery of intention, of the capability of consciousness to be stable and to move energies, the mastery of dreaming, which is with the kind of thought energy that we have to create, to co-create with the universe. This power is in us. And finally, a mastery of transformation. The mastery of transformation is a power we have to shape and form the kind of world we live in. We are not victims. We are power of the universe. And this old way of understanding is being called forward to us now. So with respect, I just lay these logs on the fire. We're called to open our wisdom. And the way of wisdom has 4 components. The state of realization. In other words, what we realize. What does that mean? That means what we make real. Are we real in this room? Or are there other levels of reality that we're part of? And that another level of this is sourcing. Being able to open up to the information that is downloaded as in us, a part of our nature. And another part of this is a capability of organic, holistic response that is in harmony with the energies around us. And the last is to have the capability of life-affirming response. We are the creative power of the universe. We are made of it. There is a mystery that we are a part of, and the mystery of the unfolding in this universe. Finally, in my last minute and a half, some aspects about evocative leadership from this point of view. Evocative leadership arouses, stimulates. Evocative leadership creates a deep listening, elicits an opening, a receptivity. Evocative leadership conjures up, awakens into the consciousness of the mind the images. Evocative leadership awakens, and evocative leadership calls forward. Now, these are 5 of the steps of evocative leadership from this old way. And probably the most powerful evocative leader or form of evocative leadership consciousness is the universe itself. It does exactly that. It arouses us. It stimulates us. It calls us to a listening, to an opening, to receiving. It conjures up in us the images, the imagination, the powerful creative power in us. It awakens us. That is, if we choose and allow ourselves to be awakened. Otherwise, it can put us to sleep. And the universe calls us forward. It's been part of our history. My time is up. My logs are on the fire. And blessings to this time. It's good to be together. Oh.